Very nice. Crisp again. Ooh, look at that. That was good. Well, we're here. It's a Sunday.
Special occasion.
Do we want to start with what Scott sent?
Oh, sure. We could just go right into it. Scott,
do we want to save that for his game, or when we talk about his game, or what do we?
Yeah, that's probably good.
Okay,
That's probably a good idea.
We'll save that for the last. Okay.
He sent us some press releases that we'll read. We've got Katie here, my girlfriend, Kevin's sister, and she's gonna dye my hair. I'm not liking it.
I think it look good.
We're all liking it though. Everyone else is very, very excited for this.
It's a good one.
You can go for it. Let me know if I need to move or do anything. But business as usual. Which game do you want to start with?
Oh, let's start right
Ours.
here.
Just go right into it.
Right here. Oh, the sweet taste of victory.
Your first taste ever?
How's it feel to win your very first game of the season, Dan?
Feels commonplace, honestly. Like I've meant to be. I belong. It's shown. Honestly, most of my losses have been absolute luck from the other teams.
You've had it's within grasp multiple occasions. It's taken away.
Just needed the pressure, the real pressure, because we've been going out and having fun, having a good time, and everyone's like, sure, we want to win, but at what cost? Me being blind. That was the cost.
Yeah, that was it.
So clearly I need to make an outrageous bet every
week for your team to...
I'm excited to see what you got for this week.
Scott, I'm calling you out. Wax buttholes.
See, I feel like him not being here makes this pretty hard.
Also, I feel like it's mega skewed for me because my butthole is way hairier than Scott's.
All right, give him a. I think when we get to some betting, you're gonna have to give him a ringer and see if he'll accept this bet.
That's true. Do we know why he's not here? Is he going to be able to answer?
I figure he didn't feel like driving because of the storm.
Yeah.
Question: if we do go with the wax buttholes, are we going to film that as well?
Yeah, we'll make a Patreon.
Well, yeah, I'll make a OnlyFans for it.
Would we be like? Would that get banned from YouTube? Is the question.
Yes. So
absolutely.
We'll censor it.
No,
Put a black mark over
No. Here's the thing. So there's a couple of videos on YouTube that have full nudity, and it's allowed because it's under the guise of educational. Yeah, like how to put on a condom.
Yeah, no.
How
to wax a butt.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how we're gonna get around this.
Dude, I don't ask what I fell into a rabbit hole. All right, I found this weird ass video. Well, no. It was penis or not, and it was a dude's laying down with like a curtain, and they would either put their dick in the other dude's butt or an object, and they had to tell him, is this a penis or not?
What?
Yeah.
This was on YouTube?
Yeah.
How accurate was
Yeah, did they...
I mean,
Did you watch the entire video?
No, I tapped out, man. Our game.
All right, yeah. Let's get back to the game.
What's it before?
After this.
Yeah, good point. That's a very after dark subject there.
Yeah.
We'll circle back to that later.
So...
We'll put it in the description of this video.
How did you think your team did?
I think they played phenomenally. So, I think week to week they typically play really well. I think this week we just did what we should have been doing all season, is capitalizing on our defense. In that, we got a turnover, we scored a point.
Yeah.
So,
I think that was exactly getting turnovers, because that's what I was going to mention is our hold please, our 21 turnovers in a game is not ideal. But
Is it 21 turnovers?
yeah,
Damn.
it's tough. Now, I did set a personal goal to have 5 or less turns, which I hit. So I'll take that.
Yeah, Paul set a personal goal for the next game.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I think honestly, Scott's classic go-to is I think you guys won that game. We didn't necessarily lose it. We had a couple turnovers. I'm saying that were just egregious. We threw stuff across the field or right up line, and it just was not open whatsoever. But other than that, we weren't doing that bad. I mean, this was the most points we scored all season, I think. in the game. It was either most or second. Like,
Wasn't it?
yeah.
How many?
So-
like 10,
12, I think.
12?
11?
What?
16, 11?
11 or 12. 11. All right, so maybe it wasn't. I think it is close though. I think it was like tied for
He beat
second.
us by 13 the first week. It
Yeah.
was 13 to 12 or whatever.
Okay. 12. Yeah. So it was literally our second most scored all season. So not terrible, but I don't know. I mean,
All right.
Yeah.
God.
So like
Oh, God.
in another big portion in which I'm gonna have to sit down with my team and like do some VOD review, but a big portion was Rita showing up. Not to say that Christina couldn't have done the same, but she just really understood. Like because I talked to her before the game, I described our offense to her, and she was like, "Okay, so you just need recess." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's great,
Thank you.
absolutely." And so like, Rita gets the disc, takes that second or two look upfield. If it's not there, she's looking for a swing or a dump. And it was like, okay. So
Yeah.
like, and
I'm
I
gonna give this.
really want Josh
This is
and
fun.
Ross and Chase to really pick that up. And then
Yeah.
Like, that's a little loud right now.
Yeah.
Use your vibrator mid podcast.
It feels good on the muscles.
but I don't know. I mean, there's not that much to talk about. I feel like it was a decent game. It was relatively close the whole time.
no, it wasn't. You were down
You're done.
11-3 at half.
You literally were talking about your hair.
Yeah. You're right. It wasn't at all, but it didn't feel as bad as it was. I guess.
No.
we were.
Honestly, I think the fact that the score wasn't up on the actual screen really helped.
It did help.
because we were playing at full intensity regardless of like the score.
You know, I remember I talked to, I think it was Josh and Jan, and they're like, "Man, what's the score?" I'm like, "Don't even fucking think about it."
Yeah.
Like I don't want you thinking about it. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I literally look up at half and we're just talking, and I'm like, oh, it's that much of a difference. Like, I mean, it was substantial for what I was like imagining the score was. I thought it was like a 3-point game instead of 8.
Yeah, that is true though. At like half, I was like, I forget. I think it was Higgy. It was somebody, and then I also texted Gabe. I was like, I can pull up blonde, right? Right?
Yeah, I got that
But-
3 minutes left in the first half.
Yes.
So I guess I got a question for each of you then.
Yep.
What did you think your team did well? What did you think your team struggled with a bit? And what are you thinking about going into next week with?
I'll start. I think struggled with was definitely the turns. I mean, that's just evident. And I think a lot of those turns were generated by not like, but it was by us like trying to throw it to the stuff that we probably shouldn't, me included. But it wasn't even necessarily that we weren't open or that we weren't getting open, because we were just trying to throw like kind of fancy stuff and get like down the field and
Is
You
it
know,
low percentage throws?
yeah, like all of those turns, like I would be willing to bet like 85% of those turns were low percentage, like across the field, way deep, like stuff like that.
Yeah, I capitalized on a lot. Like I had 8 Ds that game.
Yeah,
And
right.
that was just because like I felt pretty confident with anyone on your team having the disc in their hands outside of like Mark. Because like Paul Montero, he could throw the disc, but he's not like a pinpoint shooter, you know.
Mhm.
So it's like I gave you space, and then I just sat in lanes and
Yeah.
picked stuff off.
No, yeah, and you guys were doing pretty well, like poaching, like you're saying, and getting lots of Ds. And again, low percentage. A lot of our turns were like directly to you, like we were just throwing it into your guys' hands.
Yeah, I guess the next thing. What did your team do well, TJ?
I think we set out with the goal of being like fun and like not necessarily caring about winning, but trying to be like intense still.
Opposite. We were the opposite.
And I think we did that really well, actually. I think we went out there and we were just like kind of having a blast for a bit, and then we were getting down, but we weren't like mentally getting down. We were just like, all right, I mean, we could be doing better, but I feel like we stayed up the whole time, which was good. But now we just need to like add that extra bit of intensity to actually score. But I'm excited for Peterson. I mean, I know this is prediction territory, but I think that balance is going to help quite a bit.
All right, Dan, your turn. What did your team
I
struggle
walked
with?
in, I told my team this isn't about fun. This is about winning.
Is that just because you didn't want to get your hair dyed blonde?
Well, that and like we needed some.
We had to win. that was the important part, was winning.
Well, it was huge for you too because it wasn't just blonde. It was
Oh yeah, I don't gotta get
Tattoo?
my ass
You don't get a tattoo,
tatted
yeah.
anymore.
and it puts me way closer to having to buy cases.
Yep.
If that's what we're still doing.
Yeah, we should talk about that. Granted that two of the
Most
people,
of them,
half the parties involved aren't here.
I think Walsh would agree with pretty much anything we come up with.
So, because both of us are having team dynamic changes here. Because
Right.
so Christina is likely out the rest of the season.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I was a little. That's actually something I'll bring up. I thought it was going to be podcast material because I was a little like not happy that she was there, but you still had Rita. But then I heard why she was not
yeah.
playing. I was like, all right, that makes more sense.
So yeah, she just can't. She can't like get her heart rate up too far or something.
Yeah.
She's got like a tremor or something. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not gonna speak to her ailment.
But
What's the dynamic going to change with your team with that?
So I don't really know how we address that because like it's a lot harder to find a female sub, you know. Christina said she has another sister.
really,
Who, yeah, Liz or Lizzie or something. And she said she's pretty much the exact same person. So maybe I might just get Christina's sister.
You going to try and talk with Pat and see if Rita's going to be around to play still?
Yeah, I mean, I'll ask. It's worth a shot.
I had talked to Pat. He said that she was living in New York. and
Yeah,
that
she's
she
doing
might
law
not be-
school or something out there.
I don't know. I was just throwing out ideas.
she is definitely in law school, and I think it is somewhere in New York. But
Yeah,
she probably is here. Oh, actually, she is here next week, right? Sorry,
I have no idea. But
because I think whoever I'm playing next week is getting her. Because I thought I heard somebody say that we're gonna play against Rita twice.
in terms of what we did well, honestly, we just went out and played our game. Like that's what I've been pushing on. That game was pretty representative of like what I've been trying to do all season. Just like strong defense, smart throws, and you get a turn, you get a point off the turn, and finally converted. So
Now here's a question
With what-
for you. Sorry.
I was going to say, with what your team, I guess you never really answered what your team struggled with that game.
well, I was getting there.
Okay.
We didn't. I think that game's hard to say that we struggled in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
And there's always small things to struggle with that you want to change a bit.
I mean,
I
like
literally feel it.
you're gonna drop the disc every once in a while, you know. But like that game ran pretty flawless.
It's thick up.
Sure, you get beat by your mark sometimes. Like you can't play perfect defense, but everyone played great that game. So I don't really have anything to say about that game.
Question for you though. I know this is the second week now, but what do you think Higgy did
What do I
to
think?
change the team?
So actually, he was a huge asshole.
It sure was. Intentionally.
Yeah.
Purely based off the podcast that I heard the day of.
Yeah.
Or / day before.
Like there were maybe like 2, maybe 3 instances of like Higgy got the disc and then he just like looked forward and then he got up to stall 5 and made a throw. And when it's like, I'm right here, reset the disc. But he's like intentionally not looking back at me.
Yeah, I purposely looked off Dan multiple times during that game.
Was that because he said you were going to be a... What
Because
was...
I said he was a worthless trade or something.
You
I
said
don't
something,
know if it was
something
necessarily
about the
worded like that,
podcast.
but it was like he had said something along the lines of
Higgy
that
shit.
I just wasn't like doing what I was supposed to,
Yeah.
essentially, of like in the handler spot, taking shots and like making throws, basically.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I would argue I didn't obviously during that Pat like game versus Pat.
Yeah, no, you
I feel like I
said
played
to me
really bad.
yourself, you're like, I didn't play that well.
Yeah, I did not play good, but during our game, I felt like I played a lot better.
Mhm.
Clearly.
That's what I was just gonna ask. Is Higgy and Josh being on Dan's team? How did you think you guys did?
Yeah, is there a cousin connection?
Did I throw to you at all that game?
I think it was Jan was there every time.
Oh,
just standing
that
in
was
the end zone.
that was
like
great.
this. So
I literally
like,
threw it to Josh, and it was this like nice floaty, like kind of like half bladey throw, and Jan just ran right at it. And Josh was just standing there the entire time waiting for the disc to get there.
Did Jan get it?
Yeah, Jan caught it.
Well,
I was okay with it too. I
I
kind
mean,
of
it
just
would-
backed up. I was like, all right, go ahead.
Points.
Jan was
Yeah.
going off that game. I was talking to him on the sideline after for the next game because he literally got his plus minus was insane. It was literally like 12-3 or something.
Yeah, he was
It
killing
was 12-4, which is wild.
There were a couple times that he
seven
kind of made
scores.
me not very happy, but at the same time, he made up for it with other plays. So
Yeah.
can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, that's about that. Your team did well.
Yep. How you feel you did?
Okay. We're done better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's alright. We'll blow out Scott's team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
confident in that. Just 'cause Mike's
Other
here.
way.
No.
I wanna say it.
This
All right.
way.
Reasonable.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Good.
Say it again.
No.
I don't think you
Too
need
late. You'll find out.
to. So we want to move to what was game 2?
Game 2.
Kevin and Pat.
Yeah, it was me versus Pat.
God, rest in peace, Wojo.
Yeah, that game, I would say, definitely went in my favor after that by a lot. But
Nice intentional foul.
I don't think it was. I don't think anything was a foul on them.
Sending Johnny. Do dirty
Space.
work.
No.
Yeah.
We're
Can't
just both
believe-
running for it, and then the wall showed up.
Can't believe Mojo ran into the wall trying to foul Johnny like that. I'm just kidding, Johnny. I love you.
There was definitely no.
I'm
Yeah.
digging.
Malice in
I'm
there.
digging this couch right now. This is the stir the pot couch.
So the game started off pretty in Pat's favor. They picked a lot on the matchup with Vince for sure, which is gonna happen. It's a normal thing. Vince is learning. He was guarding Shannock, or is it Shannock? Chinook? What I don't know. Is
I think you got it right the first time.
I call him Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, use the first name, buddy.
Well, there's a lot of Matts, so I was just wondering.
Everybody's a Matt.
How many Mats are there? Your Matt wasn't even there.
Yeah, my Matt was not.
So there's
even
only one Matt on the field.
Yeah. Fair enough. But yeah, so he was taking on a role of guarding Matt, and Vince kind of seems to forget a little bit of what you say the week before. So I'm thinking going forward, like really like talking to him before the game, trying to like refresh his memory,
You can't overload him. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
because he definitely was playing pretty good the week before. He was playing pretty solid defense when I was just on the sideline, just feeding him information and just talking to him. But every time, like going back through the film, he did that. One thing I'm trying to get him to break is he likes to like. I catch him trying to look for the disc all the time.
Mm.
Like he turns his back to the guy who's defending, and his guy just takes off in a direction, and he just gets wildly beat like that. So I'm trying to have him break that. The week before, he was doing pretty well, and the start of this game was very shaky with that. Like he was just back to like his normal, like he's turning his back to his guy, and his guy's just getting away from him. But after we cleaned it up a little bit, it went better for my team. It was definitely a neck and neck game, 90% of the way through.
It was pretty wild that because I didn't see anything obviously, but when we were given our like team speech, Pat came over and A told us that Wojo died, and then B was like, even with that playing Savage, they lost by what was it, like 2
2.
or 3? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy. Like, props to them, man.
Yeah, they played very well.
Yeah, I remember him saying, or he had something posted or whatever, it was all of them on like they're about to get the pull, and everybody on their team is literally like on their
Keeled
knees.
over.
Hunched
Well, they were
over,
cool.
Yeah.
They were getting ready to
Huffing.
pull, I thought.
whatever it was. Yeah, they were just dying.
Yeah, that's a really tough thing to do.
Oh yeah,
There's not much to talk about the game. I mean, Wojo hit the wall. That wall apparently is pretty. That wall in that corner is like I don't know what's wrong with that wall, but that wall is a lot
sturdy.
different than like I guess the other walls because Johnny ran into it like later. I
Oh,
don't
like
know
to
if you-
test it.
No, I don't know if you watched. I don't know if you guys watched.
This
the-
guy's a pussy. Runs into it.
I don't know if you guys watched the game film, but there's a point where Johnny hits it, and it like crawls towards the center of the field. He apparently hurt his groin.
Oh no,
He's
he
getting
was
checked
he
out.
was talking about that.
Yeah,
When we went and played disc golf.
Yeah, he's getting it checked out earlier this week.
So he's a weenie.
Well, no, I'm just assuming that wall
Yeah,
is
he
just...
said he might not even play this week.
Yeah.
Really? Well,
Interesting.
Big break.
It's all in the best of.
It's okay.
Person
I already,
to
if
person,
Johnny's
so-
not playing, I already have a sub. It's fine.
Hey, Gary.
No.
John Mast.
No.
Josh Graber.
No.
I have no idea who
Young
your sub
G.
would be.
Who did we talk about on the way? Who did I tell you? I talked to some people last night.
Vito.
If you talk to him at Thunderbird Trial, probably Vito. But
Vito.
Hi.
oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh.
That's
That's
good.
really not.
He's better, but like
I.
Way.
All right, so we have Johnny 99 Reed, and then here's Kai.
that's,
99
that's,
right?
that's true. That's
And
true.
then Kai can throw. Not to say John can't throw, but Kai can throw.
Who are you playing next week?
Me.
Ooh.
Vito.
Ooh.
Vito.
You can have Kai if I can get Rita for Becca.
Is Becca not playing, or do you?
No,
or you just-
Becca won't be there next week.
Oh, okay, I thought you were just like, I'm gonna switch him out.
No, I need
I'm like,
a
shit.
female sub in 4 days.
Yeah.
So if you know anybody, let me know.
I got dibs on Christina's other sister already, so
But
maybe I don't know.
other than that, there's not much to say about my game. Nothing really chippy happened. Nothing chippy happened. Nothing crazy. It was all just like a normal game.
Kevin's team stays undefeated.
For now.
I officially think we made playoffs, so that's great.
Yeah, you can lose
Yeah,
every game.
you had to.
I mean, you'll lose at least one game, at least us, because we're going to go 5-0 the rest of the season. So.
So I can't do that because I told Mike Long that no matter what, I'm
I'm
gonna
not
make sure
asking you
no
to throw.
one
I'm
gets
just
a
saying
tattoo.
you're going to lose.
Yeah, you don't really have an option.
Yeah,
I do have an
not
option.
Your opinion, this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're going to lose.
Sorry, we're rolling off this. All right, let's get into the last game now.
Mm-hmm.
Me versus Pat. Or not me
No.
versus Scott.
Scott.
Me
I
versus
don't,
Scott.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, we're gonna talk about it though, Mike.
Oh, actually, now's probably a good time
Yeah, we should
to.
read the.
Yeah. Scott sent something. Scott's unfortunately not able to make it here tonight, so he sent a couple like tidbits about something going on with his team.
Yeah.
Some breaking news.
Official Macedonia Frisbee team press release. Scott, you can decide if you want to throw these into the chat. You probably should. They're hilarious. So yeah, I'll read it. For immediate release on January 16th, 2022. Statement from former Huck Dynasty Ultimate Frisbee team. Following the team's recent loss on Thursday, January 13th, 2022, we commenced a thorough review of the team's name. The review has begun in earnest. As part of the process, we want to keep our opponents, fans, and community appraised of our thinking as we go forward. Today we are announcing we will be retiring the Huck Dynasty name upon completion of this review. Scott Masteller is working to develop a new name and design approach that will enhance the standing of our proud, tradition-rich franchise and inspire our players, fans, and communities for the next 100 years. Until the review is complete, we will be using the stand-in name Macedonia Frisbee Team for all branding purposes and uniforms and logos. So that's the first one. I guess tell them about how you think you did, and then we'll do the second one.
What happened that game? Because it very much was similar to week one.
It's got to be a matchup thing.
It's got to be, but it's week one. It's very similar to week one of the entire league.
Yeah, it's I think Elliot is like a very hard counter to Dustin. Whenever he guards him, like Dustin just doesn't do as well as he normally does. And then my team's really been putting some cardio in. Like Sam and Sammy both at times were like, "Oh, let me guard, Scott this point, or let me guard someone else." And I was able to, drop back on like the third or fourth option at that point, and I was able to poach a lot. And I don't know, the team if you look at the stats, everyone scored at least 3 goals, and everyone had at least 2 assists. So it was really like spread out between the team, and the team was just getting it together on all angles.
You guys were firing on all cylinders for sure. It was
because I look at those two teams, and I don't see like a huge discrepancy in that like athleticism, right? And that like I could even say like I look at Scott's team, and I say, they might be more athletic than you guys, but it's just like they're getting blown out. Is it just like a weak force? Is it just like how does that happen?
I guess this could be a time for this statement because he does kind of go into that a little bit. So then his second press release statement is a statement from the Macedonia Frisbee team. Official change. For some reason, he put the fact that it's coming from Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. But following the team's recent loss, and this one's a long one, so bear with me. Following the team's recent loss, a thorough investigation was conducted in order to determine the nature of the team's shortcomings. This press release will briefly detail the findings of this investigation and highlight some of the organization's opportunities for future improvement. While teams are made up of many players and it is difficult to lay the blame for any single failure at the feet of any individual, the role that Scott Masseller, hereafter referred to as the captain, plays as player, captain, coach, provides a unique opportunity for a single person to influence the outcome of the game across a variety of dimensions. And he has largely failed to do so in a positive manner. So it sounds like he's putting a lot of blame on himself. It has come to the attention of the investigative committee that there are significant gaps in knowledge among some of the players that the captain has failed to address in the last 6 weeks. In addition, it has become increasingly obvious that the team's offensive scheme is poorly suited to the strengths of its personnel, and the captain has largely remained oblivious to this fact. Finally, the team's morale quickly deteriorated after several minor setbacks in the opening minutes of the game, and the captain made no effort to change that state. At this recommendation of the committee, the captain will be issued an official warning and placed on probation. He will be instructed to alter the offensive scheme in order to simplify the decision-making process for the players, and he will be taking a much more direct role in educating his team and the knowledge gaps that have been identified. Finally, he will be taking a role in the offense that allows him to both play to his strengths and take some of the burden of playmaking off of his teammates. We know that these steps will allow us to continue to improve as a team and an organization. We look forward to competing in the weeks to come. We thank our players, staff, fans, and community for standing with us as we go through this transition. God bless, and go Frisbee team.
All right.
So, it sounds like he's putting a lot of blame on himself. But I don't know if that's necessarily fair.
So what I'm getting from that is if Scott fails one more time on probation, does that mean Mike Long becomes the acting captain?
That's what it sounds like. He's almost like...
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
So if Scott gets blown out one more time, Mike Long becomes active captain.
Oh, here's a bet he might actually answer to. What if... Because you're playing him, Dan?
Yeah, we play Scott.
What if you bet captainhood? So whoever his team loses, the captain gives up captainhood.
I'm already not my captain.
I was about to say, I own this team now.
Fair, all right.
So Christina's the owner.
Okay. And Hage's the
Hage's
captain.
the captain.
Okay. Well, scratch that.
But
I
anyway,
want to dive into a little analysis through the text here. In the line that says, finally he will be taking a role in the offense that allows him to both play to his strengths and take some of the burden off of playmaking off his teammates. Do you think that implied, like, I don't even know what the hell Scott's been doing the whole season.
he's been trying to run a hoe.
Well, no, I get that, but like that line gives the impression of him changing his position up the field. So has
Like
he been,
Scott was
has he been
was
handling Mike? Has he
cutting-
been cutting?
cutting for the most part. In our
Well, stats would suggest he's handling.
No,
Yeah.
for the most part, I think that because I think that Scott has the most like knowledge when it comes to handling. Like he just knows where to put the discs to make it, so that's just like we're not cluttering too much. So I think that Scott definitely was just one of the main handlers there.
Okay.
So does this mean Scott is
Usually-
going to be taking himself out of the handling role and pushing someone else into it?
It sounds like
So I was actually talking to Scott about this. I sort of really want to learn how to handle, and so we may be starting to utilize that. So it may be rough coming this Thursday, but I feel over time we're just gonna slowly improve and everything.
That's
I
kind of like Scott's said to me in the past of like he likes being first cut just because like he likes guaranteeing that option, and so like if he can get himself in the stack and make that cut and get that disc and then be smart with it, either being a reset or if he has power, put it somewhere. But I think that could be smart.
Yeah.
So-
Good.
Go with what you were going to say.
Just it seems like he is going to try to like go hard and kind of like step into like a actual like Johnny type role. You know what I mean? Like I think he seems like he's trying to put the team on his back, which could work, but I don't know.
Could also not.
Exactly. It seems like he might be putting too much pressure on himself.
So what I was going to ask Mike, what do you think happened with the game? Like, what was your guys' thought process going into the game, and what ended up happening?
I think that once we're down a couple points, we immediately just like give up. I think it's just like a morale factor that we're really like not doing well with.
Hot take. I think you were just thinking about the beer that you bit, and that's why you threw the game.
Like,
I dropped out of the
Yeah,
bed.
he dropped out.
Like,
Oh,
he
he
dropped out of
because,
the bed.
because Scott was yelling at me.
Well, that was it. That just set the team over, I think. Scott was still like super mad about it apparently, and that's the team just.
So something else, like, how was your guys' focus coming into this game?
Focus.
So not great.
Like focusing on the game and not on other things throughout the game.
The definition.
Was there any
of
Apple
focus.
Watches used during that game?
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. No, we were still pretty focused, yeah.
Like focused more than like how Scott was getting upset with in the previous weeks.
I still don't understand the question.
All right, so Mike Long was not focused.
Yeah.
All right, I
All I
understand.
hear out of this, and it's the continuation of Scott being upset at his team. That I think in lies the problem of their team struggling, and Scott's just getting mad at his team.
And that might be what he's trying to say in this, that he's going to stop like.
Molding.
Yeah, right. But
I think that game was decided in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it was decided when you had that crazy layout.
Yeah, that definitely
Like, that was
helped.
intimidating.
But Scott won the coin flip, and he opted to get the disc in the second half, which, if I'm Scott, I'm an emotional team. I want the disc as soon as I can get it and build that momentum from the start.
Yeah.
So I was shocked he kicked off to us first, and
I mean, I think that's what Scott's been doing that all season, because just like as a team, we like to receive the disc just like the second half. But I don't think it's really been working out that much.
I think that's a really typical thing for just about every team.
Mhm.
Like if a team wins, they're probably deferring. Like
I mean, it's
I only do it because we're a defensive team, right? So we start off, we get that
oh yeah,
Like
we get a
quick-
good turn, right
quick
off the start.
break, sets the whole tone.
Fantastic.
I personally like playing defense off the coin flip first, mainly because I'm more experienced in defense. I'm more specialized in that, but I like letting my team ramp up to speed by playing one D point before the O point. So as soon as we got an O, we're already up to speed. We're already good to go.
and there's no pressure to score. Like, if you get scored on, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get a turn, it's like a big momentum starter. Right?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, our team, the first point lasted a good 4 minutes. A couple drops and throwaways. I think we went down and back like twice. And then
Yeah,
That's a marathon.
you guys scored the first point, I think.
They did.
we did, yeah.
And then
That should have been momentum boosting.
the layout, I think, made it 1-1.
There
And
was
then
a
we scored
point
like 4 straight.
almost. It was like 2 minutes left in the first half, and Scott's team didn't score a single point for 10 minutes total. Like it went 8 minutes into the second quarter, and you guys didn't score a point.
And you guys got the disc to start the second half.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you, Gabe, think that like your team did way better than usual, or was this just sort of like a
Yeah, because this is now
the highest
the
score?
second time you blew Scott's team out.
Right.
Yeah,
Clearly, you have to be doing something.
so my whole mindset for like going into this Ultimate Frisbee season was I have 10 weeks to make a good team of athletic people into, a smart, well-managed offense, and we've been slowly building to that point. At the start of the season, I was probably, I would throw it, run out, and I would be the dump every time. Last week I was probably, throwing the disc half what I was, normally getting, which is great. There were multiple points in the second half where if you look, I'm just standing in the back of the stack and like letting my team make all the cuts. I'm not even cutting at that point. Sammy handled like 4 points by himself. I think he converted on 3 of those 4 like first drives right down. Elliot was handling for the other part of the second half. The team ran a couple points with me just completely doing nothing, and it was cool to see everyone passing to each other, scoring, and playing good Frisbee.
It's good stuff.
Not what I asked.
What'd you ask?
What are you like? So, because for Scott's team, so he chalked it up the first week to like, oh, we just went out and played pickup. He's not doing that anymore. Same result. What is it that your team does to Scott's team or abuses about Scott's team?
I think we win every single matchup against Scott's team.
Hear me out. He said, good Frisbee. Scott's team didn't do that. That's literally like the counter. It's just they played good Frisbee and Scott's team played really badly.
No, I mean...
Honestly, I don't even know if they play Frisbee.
Jay, you bring up the overall scores from each game?
What do you mean?
Point differential and all that?
Oh, schedule.
Yeah.
That and Scott's team is probably like the deepest team in the league where they don't really have a weak link come to the bottom half of their draft. And I think my team's like really getting to that point too. Like Sam Smartnick was playing some really good defense. Sammy, who was I think my 3rd or 4th pick, was guarding Scott or Ryan Walsh for half the game. And I was able to guard, Matt Ferris or people farther down the depth chart. Even Becca was like playing points on defense where she was, locking up Joey for a couple points. So whereas, Scott's team's really deep, our team was able to, match, just as deep on the defensive side.
So, something I want to take a look at. So,
Can't imagine that.
out of all your games you've played, all your wins are always high scoring, up by at least 8.
Yeah.
So,
It is true.
We've had 2 close losses, and all of our wins have been great. And I think, like with Sammy being inexperienced, and I think Anthony and Sam can also get to the point where it's like, oh no, we're down by 2 points. We need to play hero ball and score a point right now, which leads to us making bad throws and turning the disc over. Whereas when we are winning, there's like no pressure on the team, and we're able to just play our offense and score a whole bunch of points. So it's like getting used to playing with the pressure of like a close game.
I mean, I'm on the bandwagon for the Gabe team. I was on Scott's, but yikes.
Yeah, we had
yeah, you were betting against Gabe.
I
like
was.
5 of the 7 people bet against us.
Their team had been rolling with momentum for the last couple of weeks, and they were really turning it on.
Like I said at the beginning of the season, for preseason predictions, Scott's team, Cleveland Browns. And it's been true
That's
the
actually,
entire
yeah.
season.
That's wild.
They have really high highs and really low lows.
I guess going back to the game, I guess I want to ask Mike Long, how do you think your offense ran? What was like the biggest issue going into that? Was it Gabe's
Oh, we were
defense?
just-
Was it clogging?
No,
What
we
was
were
your
definitely
issue?
clogging a lot.
There were a good couple
And like
drops in
there was
the first
a
half.
yeah, no, I had some stupid drops. I think that spiraled my mental downhill. Aside from that, yeah, we were clogging a whole bunch. We don't really reset the disc like as soon as we can. Like we look off like some pretty easy throws that we could have made.
So then,
But
continue.
oh no, that's
Okay.
all.
So going into like just curiosity, just because I think I might have found some issue or like a thing that goes on with Scott, your guys' team. Would you say going into halftime was your halftime huddle, like your halftime like spiel and all that? Did it seem like morality was down, like everyone's mental state was like
Yeah, no, I think
on the
at
downswing?
I think at half or a bit after half, we were finally just like, you know what, let's just have fun playing. Let's just start let's just start trying out new stuff, see if it works.
I think
So
Scott.
we just sort of use it as like a practice, like at some point.
So then, did you notice your players' mentality dropping throughout the game?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I sure as hell saw it from the sideline.
it was.
So I definitely think one of Scott's team struggles then is on mentality.
Joey's a huge mental player. Like if Joe's in a good mindset, he's gonna throw a great game. If Joe's throwing his hat on the ground like 2015 Joe, it's a bad day.
So I think we have.
And actually, I saw Dustin cracking, which was like I don't know. I
Really?
figured he would had like a really good mental, but like no, I saw him getting visibly upset and just start chucking discs at people. So
I think Mike Long, we just dissected your team's issue throughout this like last
Weak
like,
mental.
15
Do
minutes.
you think that getting the disc in the first half would help them ease their mental?
No, definitely not.
I think winning will ease our mental.
Who you play next week? Oh,
Dance.
Play
better.
That's actually what Mike was talking about. Scott doesn't punish his team.
keep him in line.
So I think
You catch me before
in
a
his
game, I'm
statement,
beating
yeah, like Scott was taking a lot of the blame, but Scott's been doing a lot of great things for the team, and I think it's just at that point where he's just got to tell us straight up what we're doing wrong.
I
He's
think
got to
going,
yell at us.
I think going forward, I think just try to keep your mental up and see if your games improve. Try and
Yeah.
keep a good mentality throughout the entire game, winning or losing.
Yeah, he did say that in his press release, so I got to give him that. He's saying the few minor mistakes led to, I don't know the exact words, but something about their mental state.
TJ, your hair is so blonde right now.
Is it really?
Nope.
Oh boy.
Do we have a burp counter for how many times I've
It's at least 10. You're up there. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it. So
I guess
But-
now what do we want to go? Where do we want to go from here? Predictions?
That's everything, right?
Yeah, going to matchups.
Predictions.
Predictions and matchups.
Oh,
All right.
Hold on just a sec. Oh, never mind. We're on the right page. I'm sorry. Yeah. So game one on field one. Now that they're changed correctly, is Pat versus. That's wrong. Is Gabe versus Kevin. Game two, field two is me and Pat. Thank you. Then game three is Scott, Dan. So Gabe, Kevin with a representative from Gabe's team. Wow.
Ooh, crazy, right?
First time for everything. So Gabe, what do you think? What's going on? We've got. What are you thinking matchup wise? Kevin's a tough opponent. So what do you think your strategy is going in?
How'd their last meeting go?
We lost by 2, and there was a couple controversial calls that could have sent it in our favor.
It was 3.
Was it 3?
Mm-hmm.
They lost by 3.
It was. He losing by 3.
It's 13-10.
Yeah, it
It was a
was close pre-trade.
chippy game, very close.
Ooh, pre-trade. He snuck that in there. All right.
Post-trade, I
Yeah.
think, obviously our odds are even better. I think we win this game by 2 or 3. depending on how healthy Johnny is. But yeah,
Gotta do it.
You think? Wait.
I think we win by 2 or 3
Oh, I
points.
thought you said lose. I was like,
No.
what?
Yeah, Johnny potentially missing is
That's
pretty
huge.
big.
Yeah,
Depending on who Kevin gets to sub for
So,
him
yeah.
is also a big.
that's true. What's he up to now? Mr. Plus 65. Wild.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Gotta
Well-
get your team more involved, buddy.
What do you mean?
Tired of looking at
Don't
that.
give it to
They're
John.
involved, all right. They're involved
No.
in throwing it to Kevin.
Yeah.
Vince has more points on your team, and he came from our team. Third most.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Oh, it is good. They're winning games. They're 6-0.
Very good. Vince is doing some things. What do you
It's just the
mean?
third most
I
points.
think Josh was shit talking our team.
yes, essentially.
Well, Kevin, what do you think you're gonna do against Gabe?
So going into this game, I have a lot of I personally am taking more of a step back now and going to work with certain people more throughout this game. So it's going to be
Who are
a
those certain
very rough game.
Yeah.
Is there any advantage to having like the 2 seed compared to the 3 seed, or the 1 seed compared to the 4 seed
In playoffs?
in playoffs?
I'm not worried about that at the moment.
Is there any benefit to being the higher seed?
No. Well, I mean, if you're the higher seed,
Depends on how you feel about
Yeah.
matchups.
Yeah. So if you're 1 seed, you play
If you
for...
think you beat every team, it don't matter.
Yeah, but being the 2 or 3 seed, because I think me and Pat,
Three-
assuming
One plays 4, 2 plays 3. So
Yeah.
sure, but there's no like if we're the 2 seed and pass the 3 seed or vice versa.
no,
There's no added benefit to being the higher ranked seed.
No.
So
Just stroking your ego.
definitely what I'm doing on the next couple weeks is really focusing on the weak points of our team and trying to fix that as best as I can going into playoffs, since I'm pretty sure with 6 wins I've already made at least playoffs. I think
Yeah.
it's safe to say at this point my team has made playoffs.
Yes,
I,
it's true.
Yeah.
I think going 6-4, you no matter what would make it.
You're in playoffs. So I'm definitely spending the rest of this season. It's not supposed to be used on the head, above the neck. Anything above the neck is a no.
Sorry, Mom. Holy shit. Alright, you can take away my toy.
No vibrator for you.
Whoa. Oh, man, that was pent up.
No, I'm surprised that Kevin didn't reach in there and just like slap his wrist real quick. Oh, that.
Ooh.
But
Crisp
so
one?
I'm definitely taking a more look at fixing the weak links, so I'm not really focused on winning or losing these next couple games.
Kevin's looking long term.
I'm looking long term, so when
He's done with regular
during
season.
playoffs,
Already in playoff mode.
yeah, during playoffs, I need to make sure my team's weakest links are as low as possible.
That's going to involve you and Johnny not scoring every point.
Yes, this is going to be
Okay.
more focused on moving the disc around, making.
Why do I feel like during our game he won't be focused on that?
Yeah.
Well, that's that.
What is that?
The whole. Well, that depends on how this goes.
Because we're clearly going to beat Scott's team.
If you beat Scott's team,
Now,
Clearly.
remove if. When.
When?
if you beat Scott's
When?
team,
When we beat Scott's
When.
if you beat Scott's team next week, then I will probably make sure that I made it my goal to make sure no one gets a tattoo, because that bet is freaking stupid.
Dan, I'm willing to throw my game for you.
Thank you.
If you're still
Same.
Oh, we're on a warpath here.
if you're still winning by the time week 9 rolls around, I will happily roll over come second half.
Yeah, I don't know if we play you again, but I am too.
I don't want your get out of here. I'll just beat you outright.
Yeah, we'll take it.
I promised Dan that I would throw the game if I needed to for Dan not to get a tattoo, and now I'm on the side of not having Mike Long get the tattoo.
So what is a tattoo? Is it 5 and 5?
No.
No,
Oh,
if
and
So
Mike
I get Higgy help tattoo.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get Higgy help.
He's got
Oh.
my name tattooed on
He was
his
going to get 0 and 10 tattooed.
That's a lot of numbers. I don't know if since you were gonna go 5-5 instead of 0-10, it would be 5-5 as a tattoo. But Higgy helps way better.
Yeah. So there's a good chance that I'll probably drop back a bit on that.
Where you want it, Mike?
We are not losing to you guys on this.
Whoa!
I'm willing to bet a separate tattoo bet.
But so
Ooh.
Do it.
going into Gabe's
I
game,
gotta figure out if I'm missing a lot of players.
I'm definitely not like super confident about winning that game. But if it happens, it happens. If we win, we win. Cool. But it's more focused on learning at this point.
All right. Predictions.
Tattoo bet. Kev goes 10-0. We tattoo it on Kevin.
We forcibly tattoo Kevin.
Everybody throws the game.
Love it. Yeah, predictions though. Let's go. We'll have Gabe last. So, Josh, what do you think's happening?
Well, if Johnny's not there, Kevin's team loses by 6.
Ooh. Okay.
Probably
Big.
19-13.
Big difference. Okay. Cool.
19-13. Holy moly!
I've always been pretty accurate with my guesses.
I don't know.
19 is up there.
Yeah, so it's 24.
True. True.
Ooh.
Can't deny it.
Yeah, that is tough. I don't know. I feel like Gabe's team coming off a really good win this past week. I think they'll kind of falter a little bit. Coming off that high, I think maybe get a little ahead of themselves. And Kevin's team is like based on capitalizing. So like anything you guys like make mistake wise, like Kevin, their team usually scores. I'm gonna say it's still gonna be really close, even if they don't have Johnny. I'm gonna say 15-13 Gabe.
Okay.
For me, it all depends on who subs for Johnny.
Fair.
I say odds are Kevin takes it. I think he'll win by 2, maybe 3. A couple controversial calls here and there.
I was getting chippy was going to be part of my prediction, but
Yeah, no, I think this league is cyclical, right? I think. Well, I mean, we just flipped it on its head, so.
I was gonna say that too.
But yeah, no, like I'm seeing a lot of patterns here. So
you didn't really flip it on its head.
Fun-
You won by universe.
Fun fact:
flipped it
Dan,
on its head.
Dan beating TJ is the first time a lower seed or a team with a worse record has beat a higher seed or a team with a higher
And it
record.
ain't gonna be the last, baby. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, what's your actual prediction?
Yeah, no, I just said Kevin wins by 2 or 3.
2 or 3. All right. Kevin?
With what I'm focusing on, I think it's still going to be a close game, but I honestly am thinking Gabe's actually going to pull out ahead.
Boo.
Wow.
Voting against
Wow.
yourself.
His
I'm
own
going to have to
team.
vote against myself.
You want to put a beer on that?
because of what I.
No, I think Kevin's just scapegoating the entire thing, and he thinks he's going to lose normally.
Yeah.
I changed my score. Gabe blows him
I'm
out.
subbing for Johnny.
You guys lose by 40. We'll take a bet on that one.
What is the schedule? What is it? Can I sub for Johnny?
Yeah.
You're
play later
blindside.
game. So
How do you feel about that, Gabe?
Is this the Dan I saw in TJ's game, or the Dan that I normally see?
This is a Dan. Oh,
Like you're not going for blonde hair here, so this is just normal Dan.
No, it comes being a butthole. So
Yeah, but you could throw. Be like do a Higgy.
Ooh.
I played at the level of the competition, so it's like
I'm taking the next couple weeks is just more focusing on things. So
yeah,
it's
see,
definitely not
Kevin's
going
being
to
a
be
butthole. So it's like if I want to play real good frisbee, I
Focus
can't
on
because
winning.
Kevin's being a butthole.
Every time you get it, throw it deep.
I think it's still going to be a close game, but I think Gabe's going to end up coming out top. I think it's going to be like 13-12, 13-11.
Catch you on Thursday, Captain.
I'm probably getting Kai if anything.
All right. I'm going to say part of the prediction, like I said, is it getting really... Well, this does hinge entirely on if Johnny is actually playing or not. But if he is,
Well, Kevin literally just said he's gonna get caught. If Gabe approves that, Kevin wins.
No, well, sure, but
Full send.
what I'm
Also
saying
need to.
is if
The
Johnny,
number one pick in our league if he played.
oh yeah, easily. But if Johnny does play, it will be super chippy. I think there's going to be
You realize he's got to approve that, right?
Yeah, I know.
like 5 minutes worth of calls being discussed, and
It'll just get axed.
I think Anthony and Johnny might like not get in an actual fight, but get like real heated. But if Johnny doesn't play, I agree. I think Gabe absolutely wins, takes it away. I'm going to vote for Gabe no matter what because I'd love to see Kevin not go undefeated. So I'm going to say Gabe wins by 2. It's going to be medium scoring 14-12.
Kev, you better take my offer to sub for you quick because Gabe's gonna shoot. You're literally like, okay, this person. These are all club high level players that you're throwing out, and I'm offering to play
Cam
for
to play
you.
for Matt Marcy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a fine sub.
Club player.
Cam's a low-level club player at best.
Yeah, but the
You heard
knowledge.
that? Caleb, I'm sending you this. Kevin shit talking
Alright.
you.
Alright,
Mike,
what you thinking?
what you got?
Oh, Gabe already sort of went over this when we were talking about the game, but last time they played, like Gabe's team should have won that. And now, yeah, they gave up Higgy for Vince. I think that Gabe's gonna pull through it and win, even if Johnny plays. So yeah, I think it's gonna be like 13-10, Gabe.
I think that was the hottest take of all.
Why?
I got some hot takes, man.
Said even if Johnny plays.
Oh, even if Johnny plays.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Miss 2 rings. Mr. 65.
I guess my prediction is if Johnny plays, 14-12 us. If Johnny doesn't play, 18-12 us.
Ooh. So that means that even if Johnny plays, he doesn't make a difference on the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it's like 16-10 instead of like 14-12 because
Okay.
they're going to score less, but we're also going to score more. But yeah, it's funny to watch the cycles of the podcast where we were supposed to lose to Scott week 1. We beat Scott, and then we were supposed to, it was going to be even with Kevin, and then we lost, and we were supposed to beat Pat, and then we lost. So like whichever way the analysis and the predictions go, we go the opposite way. So if people think we're going to lose, we win. If people think we're going to win, we lose. So I'm a little nervous about that because I'm trying to keep that underdog mentality for the team.
How does this go?
So yeah,
Well, I mind the next game if I am skip it because I have to go rinse this off and see what we've got. I'm scared.
You got something.
Yep.
You know
Ooh.
that.
Ooh, I smell
All
it.
right. So the next game, Mike, can you switch the schedule? Switch
How
the
would
schedule.
you do that?
If we're not talking about TJ's team, it's us versus Scott, right?
Yeah.
It's a late game.
Yeah, late game.
Prime time.
What do I do?
It's
Tab,
the tab
dude.
up in the third.
Oh, the tab.
Third one.
This
Yeah.
There you go.
All right,
Yeah.
again, we lost by 1 point last time. It was a fluke. Jan shit the bed. He he was in his own head real bad that day. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna call Jan in the morning on Thursday. Be like, hey man, how you doing? Really check in on him. If he's feeling bad, I'll tell him Colin's sick.
Gonna give him a garage if he needs it.
I absolutely. I will not explain what a grotch is right now.
if you win this game, Dan, by more than 1 point,
Yeah.
you jump into 4th place.
Yeah.
Does he?
You are
Yes.
a playoff team
Yeah.
if you win this game.
Easy. Oh, Freelo.
Dan makes playoffs. Dan's end of playoffs.
Well, I mean, there's the rest
Yeah.
of the season.
Yeah.
Dan's
Yeah.
end of playoffs.
If it were to end after this.
That would mean Scott and TJ would have to lose though.
Yeah. No.
Or they can win games and we can win games. It all depends.
I don't know. So Scott with his whole commissioner bullshit thing he's on, now clear they're trying something new, right? So that comes both plus and minus. Like clearly that team probably knows how to run another offense. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, this is my first time doing this kind of deal, but, like, you're still trying something that you haven't been doing the past X amount of weeks, you know? So, like, it takes time to get into the groove of that. So, like, unless they're running a practice or something, like, if you want to illuminate on that.
Oh, there's been no talk about doing a practice.
Okay, I figure. So, like, and I think again, like, my team's the best, if not second best defensive team in the league.
Who's number one?
Well, us.
You said first or second best. Who's the other team up there?
Probably your team. No. So, like, I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of offense you throw. We're gonna play good defense. Just got to be able to, you know, pick out what's going on. And then, yeah, no, I didn't earlier in the season. Granted, you know, like, people get better, but I don't think there's like an exponential shift, and both teams get better. So it's like kind of a linear thing. Offensively, I don't think we have much to worry about against your team. So yeah, I think we just kind of pull away with it. Maybe win by 2 or 3. Nothing crazy, but yeah, I foresee a victory in my future.
Well, I have the exact opposite thoughts.
Whoa.
So you think we've regressed over the season?
No.
So you don't think the opposite? Or are you just speaking purely on end result?
Yeah.
Yeah, end result. I feel that Scott's, like, our team has something to prove right now. It's going to be similar to week 2.
We
get blown
won
up
by
Gabe.
1 point.
And
It
you
was
took
still a
advantage
win.
of our weakest
It
link
was still a win.
all game. You want our
Who?
weakest link? Vince.
I don't think we took advantage of that, did we?
You were hucking
No,
it down.
the whole, biggest part of that game was Jan dropping like 8,
Yeah, like,
8
that
to
was,
10
that, was,
passes.
that was a big thing, too.
That was the thing.
You think?
Jan doesn't drop. He dropped 2 on the end zone
Oh,
line,
you're right.
which
he did.
immediately converted into points.
Instantly off
He's
the
not doing
pole.
that again.
Yeah.
No way in hell he does that again.
I still think that Scott's team right now just has something to prove, and we're just going to really pull it together come Thursday.
What you thinking score wise?
15-12? 15-10?
Whoa.
10. 1 by 5.
I think so.
That's a
Again, as long as we get the ball rolling, I think that we can. I still think that our team is
ball.
probably
Yeah,
the
what
best
is
team
we're
in the-
playing frisbee.
It's flat ball.
You know, I still think that Scott's team has the best team in the league. We just got to work together. We just got to prove that.
Has Scott spoken on how he's gonna change his offense, or like was earlier I was talking about how it sounded like he was changing his role, so he'd primarily be cutting. Has he talked about that at all?
We haven't really gone over anything too drastic yet.
Mm.
The only thing that I've really talked about, Scott, is I just want to
You
be
want
in the handler position. Just from a standpoint of just like I want to learn it more so.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably not going to do well in it again the first couple times, but again the whole point of this league is to just teach.
Yeah.
Competition is fun, but as long as we're all learning from it, then it's going to be good either way.
Yeah.
Gabe, what you thinking?
I'm Team Dan here.
Whoa.
5
the rest of the season, baby.
Yeah, I think having you in that number 4 spot, Higgy, is huge. It helps, give Dan a third option when he's got cutters, and especially with the amount Chase has grown since week 2. I think he makes a 2-point difference, and you make a 2-point difference.
I can't remember if he was there when we played.
Scott
know he was.
He was not.
No.
Okay, then
He
I think
missed
that's even better because that helps with the.
Oh, baby. Peer into that bad boy.
Hold on.
So,
Wait, where'd TJ go?
yeah, right? So, what?
Well,
Can you
I
see
want-
through it?
Well, no, I want.
Oh, for that. We'll get a good picture at the end. It'll be the thumbnail.
This is a weird question. Can I touch it?
Can I?
Yeah. So make sure there's no misses, and then I need a vote. Do I do anything to my eyebrows?
I say you have light enough eyebrows. That
Yeah,
you can
you think
leave.
so?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. If I were to have lost, dude, I have fucking black caterpillars on my
I
face.
feel like that's what
I
I
could
had.
not.
It seemed pretty good. I was looking at it. It seemed pretty.
It's not
Pretty thorough.
terrible.
I don't see any dark, so that's good.
Damn, TJ, you're hot.
Thanks, Mike.
There's some right
I still
here.
think Dan would
It didn't stick.
Okay.
Yeah,
You have to do it
right
again.
Hey, we gotta
here. Do a
redo it.
little bit.
Damn, this is kind of making me want to dye my hair.
Do it. Join me.
Okay, this should be quick. Give me
Ladder
that.
him up.
Come Super Saiyan with me.
Get me in.
Well,
Sorry to interrupt. Whatever was happening.
14-10 dance team
Wait. What's
against Scott.
the Scott Dan? Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
Already good.
Mike
Mike.
already went.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
Scott Dan. You guys are coming out hot. I think you'll.
I don't know if you heard anything we were saying, but
No, but I think you guys will have like momentum on your side, and then I think Scott's team will maybe not have momentum. But it sounds like they're taking a fun approach to it, so they might like come out swinging, try to get things done. But I don't know. I mean, since you guys beat us, I want you to win everything. I want Mike to get a tattoo. So I'm going Dan. Dan. It's going to be low scoring. I think there's going to be 11-9, Dan. That's my bet. Did anyone else go, Dan, besides you three?
Yeah, Dan went. It's just Josh and I now.
Okay.
Do you want to go? You want me to go?
Kev, if
You
you
got
want
Kev,
to.
yeah.
Oh,
sure.
no, fuck that dude. It don't matter. No, go ahead, Kev.
I think Scott's team is going to come out on fire this week because they feel like they're going to have something to prove again.
We were talking about that. Same shit week 1. They won by 1 point.
Yeah.
You think that's on fire?
They proved something.
If Jan dropped 10 passes,
Yeah, but you
you
guys
think that's
also
them
got
being on fire?
two
We didn't have
BS
Chase.
calls that led into scores. So I feel that those both just like cancel out, nullify each other.
I think Scott's team's going to win by 2.
We're more athletic.
I think
than
it's
we
going to
were
be
back then.
14-12.
Yeah, we're gamers.
We're freaks.
We're
Absolute
gamers.
freaks.
I think it's
TJ,
going to
this
be
is for
14-12.
Oh, thank you. I do need that. That was random. Go ahead, Kevin.
I think it's going to be
Our
14-12
last
Scott's team.
debacle.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We're confused.
Well, obviously, I think my team's going to win. I said we're going 5-0. You know, well, I didn't say it personally on the podcast, but you can hear it now. We're going 5-0. 5-0 the rest of the season. Mike Long's going to get that tattoo with my name on his ass. Or wherever. I don't know if you clarified. But regardless, I think Scott's team, like I said at the beginning of the season, I think their team is like, they have really high highs and really low lows. I don't know. My team's got some chemistry going on, and we're just coming off our first win of the season, man. It's just going to continue. Like, we're going to absolutely boat race these guys. Let's say we win 16-10.
No, wow. All right.
Can you expound on boat racing someone? I've never heard that before.
You've never heard that?
No.
Yeah, that's an expression.
Like, what's the mean? Like, we're gonna demolish them? We're-
Yeah, no, it's literally just like, so I can't look up, or if Josh wants to look it up, I know for a fact that it's an expression. It's literally just that you're literally going to just absolutely take advantage of the other person. For whatever reason, it just, that's what it is. I have no idea. But nonetheless, the end story stays the same. Scott's team loses, ends up dropping into 5th place because obviously it beat them more than 1 or 2 or whatever the score was. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Concussion aside. I don't know what happened to it. thought I put it down over here.
Lost
Well,
it.
your vibrator?
Yeah.
It's over there.
Gone forever.
Oh, it was put away.
He just doesn't even. Josh, what's your prediction?
All right. So I've been pretty accurate with my predictions, besides Kevin's game because he took that personal. So,
I didn't take that personal.
You
I just
did.
thought it was funny.
No, you took it personal, buddy.
Yeah, let me tell you what you thought. All right.
I know you did.
I did make it my goal to score on you. I did
A
do
lot.
that. That was-
No, you made it a lot. You made it a point a lot. So I think that Scott's team is going to implode because they're not going to be able to handle our team matchup wise anymore. I think that because last game that we played, we didn't have Chase there, and I think that's a big difference athletically than having either Jan or Vince on the field at the same time type deal. I just feel like we're going to score maybe, I'm going to say 16 points and they score 9. I think they implode, like I said. Throw away the disc a lot.
I think Jan's gonna pop off.
I do too.
He did last week.
No, I have
Just
a
to
question.
clarify, hold on. So, boat raced. To be beaten very badly at something, especially in such a fashion that you were behind from the start and never had a chance.
Good to know.
Urban
That's,
Dictionary.
they tend to do that, though. That's
So I
get
guess
boat
it's,
raced.
it's literally from like a rowing competition, in which case, like, in the competition, you would be getting into the front, and I guess from that, like, the wake and everything, it slows down everybody behind. So, like, that's where it originated from. But, nonetheless,
There you go.
Scott's team's going to win.
All right, Josh. Are you going to get scored on?
I'm not doing that type of thing no more. That's I'll get scored on.
How many times?
How many times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll even pick who'd score on me.
Watch your mouth.
You got something to throw at him? Do I have to duck?
Well, let's be honest. The only people that I think would score on me is Walshy, and that's it.
Wow.
Dustin's put up 5 points.
No, he did not do anything to me last time, and I shut him down pretty much.
Dude's a fraud. All
He's
right.
fraudulent. That's all he is.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I scored on you a couple times.
I said this game.
He says you're not going to score on this game.
This game.
Oh, well, I'm gonna
Michael, so
prove
you
you
put up
wrong.
5 on Josh.
I'm not guarding you. I'm
You're
gonna
not
take.
guarding?
I'm gonna take a hard guard.
You're beneath him, all right?
Ah,
All I'm seeing from these stats right now is I have more points than everybody on Scott's team.
Oh,
Individually.
it's pretty
More
big.
TDs. And I'm
Yeah.
not I was a cutter for Kevin's team, but, like, not really. I was, like, first cut, or, like, second cut.
Damn. It's
You
true.
finna get dusted, boy.
Also, Matthew Ferris probably gets hurt in the first 5 minutes. So you're gonna need
Hot
some.
take.
oh, I sure hope not.
You're not gonna be able to handle that.
Man's made of glass.
Well, that is weird, actually. I didn't even realize. I guess it's because of the trade, but Scott's team has only one more TD than my team, but he's 2 ahead of us in the standing. And he's less than you guys. Trade probably makes that happen, but still, it's weird. Anyways, cool. So we can talk about mine now. Who am I even playing? Pat. Oh boy, nobody's here to talk
And
about
this
it.
is yeah, and you have Matt for this
You
game.
have
now.
Peterson.
We got Peterson now, so yeah, that was going to be one thing I was going to talk about for sure. I think that's going to be a huge change to us.
You're finding some height on your team.
Finally got a little bit more height.
Someone to guard
Isn't he
Wojo.
only like 5'9", 5'10"?
He's not like tall. He might be 6 foot, not quite, but
I'd say that's above average for
Yeah.
a normal male.
right. But yeah, I think it's going to be a huge difference because he, can throw pretty significantly well. Just taller, a little quicker.
He's
I will.
for sure a dude who does not give a shit about matchups. He's gonna put you in the dirt.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be something I'll keep an eye on because I know he can play pretty physically, which I like. But I don't want him truck sticking anyone. But we will probably if Wojo does play, which I kind of feel like you shouldn't, Woj. But
I'm pretty sure Scott. We were out playing disc golf yesterday. I'm pretty sure Scott says he has a concussion.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Is that a season-ending concussion or?
I'm unaware.
Yeah. You'd think
I doubt
probably.
it. I figure
Maybe
we'll,
not.
We'll find out more on Thursday.
weeks.
Yeah,
Maybe-
maybe like
maybe
2 to
till
3 weeks.
playoffs.
Yeah, but yeah, we can get him on like James or Woj, some of the more like, or maybe even Dennis, like some of the more like kind of tankier people on their team, which will be a big difference from last time because I'm gonna stick with the meme. Last time Pat absolutely just kept throwing over us the whole time. So I mean, we got to stop that somehow. And I know Allison's gonna come out hungry, but
Limit those scores.
yep, just for you.
Yeah, she said she was going to run up her stats on my team. You know who didn't?
Yeah.
Allison. That's right. Yeah, low scoring game.
I mean, Gabe had that ridiculous game, and she's still only 3 behind. So I don't know.
I
thought
just-
they scored 16.
Well, for her.
Oh yeah,
She wasn't the
she
one
did not.
scoring.
Yeah,
I feel like it wasn't the case though.
Yeah,
What did she get last week?
She got
4.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks. We're
Oh,
talking about-
Oh, back for you guys. Yeah. She only got 2. Well,
But yeah, I found out about this bet or challenge last week, so
Yeah.
I'm now transitioning to the cutter roll
Oh,
instead of
boy.
the hammer roll.
Gotta run up the score.
Yeah.
well. Anyways, I think it'll be closer than last time for sure. And I know now we're going into every single game just kind of having fun. We're gonna learn more. I'm gonna take a lot more opportunities to like sit or at least like try to coach people during or after points. So I don't know. I think with it being a little bit more laid back for our team, we'll do a little better. But Pat's team is really good. So
How have you? What's your role kind of been throughout the season? What have you been doing?
I started off
individually?
wanting to be like very backseat, like second to third option for both cutting and handling. The one thing that I guess I didn't necessarily realize when picking is we have a ton of hybrids. So I was like, me, Mark, Palms a little bit, and Paul are all hybrids. So that
Disagree.
we at least want to be or like can be, and it doesn't.
Disagree.
Fair. But I've started to go more and more into cutting specifically just because it seems like we've been having a hard time finding opening hands and like creating space. So
I think you should change that. I think you should take the handler role, make Palms cut.
Have Mark handle with you and Paul cut as well.
Yeah.
I mean that's how we started, and
Well,
that didn't
we won a
necessarily-
game.
well, by one,
Huh?
yeah, fair. So yeah, I mean that's been the other part too is we haven't really like gelled that well as a team as far as like who needs to be where and that type of issue. So I think that's kind of where we're going now is just having fun, getting out there doing whatever we think we can do, want to do. I know that's not necessarily like where you want to be at the end of the season, but I think that's kind of where we have to go back to just to get stuff together. And we're very chill and like positive. So I think I want to win, but I think I'm going to take a page out of Kevin's book, and I think Pat's going to take it away. But I think it won't be. I think it will be a better showing than it was against your team. I
I
think
don't doubt that.
I think we'll be playing well, and it won't feel bad, and we're gonna probably just lose by like 2. But I am Super Saiyan now, so that might change everything. Maybe I'm just gonna get out there and have a better plus minus than Johnny after 1 week.
What if you're a shitty Super Saiyan now?
Good point. I could be like Krillin or something. Doesn't even have it.
Yeah, because he was saying,
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I don't know. It'll be a fun game. I really have no like. It's really hard for me to make predictions for my team now. I don't know where we are.
I think. Is there anyone on your team that really is like, I want to handle, like, this is what I want to learn kind of deal?
Palms. And Erin has said that a couple times too, so we've been
Okay.
trying to get her in there.
Yeah, no, I think when you're on the field, you should traditionally take a backseat and handle. Yes, Palms can throw. I mean, he has all the throws. He's got overhands, he's got backhands, he's got forehand. It's just like, so on his forehand, he has he puts a shit ton of OI on it, and like.
It's baseball, but yeah.
So it's like he can boost it, but it's like it's not really pinpoint kind of deal where you want it to be. It's just kind of like I'm gonna lob this up here.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like why he's been wanting to handle more, is he wants to like get better at that and decision making.
And well, so here's the thing that I think about that though is that he can still get better off of that coming out of the stack. In that, like, he's gonna get the disc with power, and then he can make a throw.
Sure.
Right, and that, but he's gonna be better at that than using his speed to kind of scramble around the backfield.
Right. Yeah, and that's another thing we've been trying to do is
And he should be upfield more.
dribble more. I agree, he should be. But we've been trying to dribble more with, like, you know, me, Mark, or Palms, or whoever's back there. But I don't know what it necessarily is during, like, the actual points, but we just always kind of, there's, like, never people where we want them to be. I'm not totally sure what causes that or not. But I don't know. I think we're going to have fun, which is all that actually matters. We're going to have fun and we're going to start teaching. So it'll be a better showing than last week, but I think we're going to lose.
I also think he'll lose.
All right, I'll just go around the horn then. Start with the game.
If Wojo plays 17-11, if Wojo doesn't play 15-13.
Where do we think if Alex sits? Do we think Pat grabs like his brother or something?
Probably something.
Yeah, you
It
probably
also
get
does
a
depend, yeah. Who
brother. That's true. I don't know who he would really try for. He'd probably get, yeah, like his brother. If he gets his younger cousin, I think, Charlie. Do you remember? Yeah, that might be a problem.
Or if he just gets Reed on his team. Having Reed and
Just get
Allison
Reed again.
running around
Reed.
together.
Oh god, he might. But
All right,
Mike?
Mike Long.
Yeah, I think Patrick's gonna take it. I think it'll be like 12-9.
Well, skip me because I just said it. But if all of you go Pat, I'm going me, and I'm making bets because I need.
I'll
Let's
take
just-
that.
Let's
I'll
just get
take
around the
that.
horn real quick.
Because I
You got a
need
spicy take.
6
All right.
more to get back in the black. So
I guess I'll go. If Wojo plays, Pat's gonna win. Like,
Wait, why do I owe 3 beers?
last week it was.
Yeah, I only owe 2 people 1 beer each.
Was that what it was? Oh,
Yeah.
it was
We
uneven
won.
towards us. All
Wait,
right.
how come only Scott has
I definitely messed it up
Frozen
again,
Crow.
but
none of the sweet and crow?
Scott
yeah, totally.
officially beat
Scott was the only one that
Yeah.
could have possibly eaten the crow, and he no longer will, so he's got 0.
So
I might put the mustache.
I don't see a 0.
So I think
Just a blonde mustache with a black beard.
if Wojo plays, Pat's gonna win by a lot more. I think more like 5 to 6. If Wojo
How
doesn't
did
play,
my total beers 1 go down?
Yeah, those
Because I think I just switched it last time. It was at 5. All right, it was at 5, but I think I switched it the wrong way. So I have no idea where it actually is. We're just going to keep it at
Are
5.
you at 6 and 6?
No, because it was 2, so I'm only at 5.
But anyway,
Go ahead.
so if Wojo plays, I think it's gonna Pat's team's gonna win by 5 or 6. If Wojo doesn't play, I think it's gonna be 2 to 3.
Okay. Dan?
I think Pat wins by 4 points. Regardless of what team schemes are. No, you know what? I'm gonna bank on Peterson being a unit.
Yeah.
And you lose by 2.
Okay. I mean, that's a 50% increase, so.
So I'm gonna say if Wojo plays, not necessarily like because of the concussion, but I think if they have a sub, Pat's team does better. Wojo has like a tendency to like throw the disc away a lot. Like when Wojo gets the disc, I like it. So like it means A, he's not cutting deep because like that I don't like.
Right.
But as soon as Wojo does get the disc, I'm more in favor of trying to have him throw a forehand because I don't think he has like a huge like power meter for like it just is 100% all the time.
Yeah.
So If Wojo does play, I think TJ's team wins.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give him 2, so I'd say 14-12. No, 13-11. I'd say 13-11 if Wojo plays. Depending on the sub, and why I won't bet on this game is because I don't know who Pat will have this sub. I could say the game would be really close. I could see it being decided on Universe. I'd say 12 all up until... I'd say Pat probably clutches about 13-12.
I will say, if it is that close, I think our team easily takes it. I think if we're like up and it's close and it's a competitive game, we're gonna be on fire and we're gonna be like juiced about it.
That's also a reason that like so I remember at the beginning of the season, like I looked at your roster and I was like, I think I said you were like either the first or second best team.
Yeah, you were between Kevin and I for best.
Yeah, because like I look at your top 4 and I'm like, okay, so TJ, you're good. I know Mark's good. Zach's been really good throughout all our winter leagues, and then Paul, like. I think I oversold Paul a little bit in my mind. Like, don't get me wrong, he's been playing pretty good this season, but like he's not performing to the level that I thought he would. But regardless, like those top 4, great, and then you're switching out Troy for Matt Peterson, and he's just a workhorse, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't think he's especially good at any one thing, but like he's got a big body and he puts it to use,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And so it's like. I think your team could honestly win a lot more games with him.
That's definitely how I feel.
But you also came out and you were like, I'm gonna chill and teach stuff, and I don't want to win games. And so I'm like, okay.
I mean, we don't get me wrong. I absolutely want to win games. It's just we're kind of back to square one. You're not
going to take the Kevin approach of like everyone throw to Johnny.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're not. That's never been our style, and I don't think it ever will be. Just because.
What approach has that ever been for me?
I don't know. It's pretty epic.
I mean, 35 TDs.
I'm just pointing at the stats. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Like
the
you
dude's
should.
open, so
I
you
get
throw
it.
to him.
Yeah,
I
like,
get it.
Anyone would
That's
do
it.
I don't tell people to throw to Johnny.
Right.
But that's the thing.
But he's open. I tell
That's what I'm
people to
saying.
hit open hand.
Yes.
He's open. He's going to get hit.
Exactly.
That's not what we're not like faulting you because anyone would do that. Obviously,
but
it's just what
that's
happens.
just what happens.
No, but you said taking my strategy of telling everyone to throw to Johnny, but I don't do that.
Fair.
Sure.
Anyways, I think Josh, you were the last one.
I'll pick you guys to win.
Ooh, big man.
That's
You
right.
you are
Yeah, because we already beat you, so now I can root for you.
okay.
But legitimately, I think you guys will win. I think that you guys will. Well, hold on. Can you bring up the last time you guys played? Can I look at that real quick?
Yeah. It was
Week 2, right?
yeah, it would have been 2. Yeah. So 8 to quite a bit. 18. So.
Okay.
But I do remember.
With Dennis missing.
Yeah, with them missing.
That's a big one.
Didn't you have Matt Peterson the last time you played him?
No.
Ooh, someone had Matt Peterson.
Someone had Eli.
Yeah.
No,
Scott had
Eli.
Eli.
We did have a sub at one point.
did play, yeah.
it was
I don't
Peterson.
think
I don't know. I see a lot of zeros.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why. I see a lot of
I
zeros.
don't think Peterson's played.
It was Peterson because Scott.
I think.
Scott,
Maybe it was.
Scott said he almost trucked James Snyder, and he was asking you if you think it was because of if James Snyder missed it because he was coming in. I think Matt did sub for you once already, and he did not have that great of a game.
I think you might be right. I can't remember.
I was maybe sub for Paul
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
because I'm looking at like the zeros across the board.
I'm
right
thinking
there,
he subbed for Paul.
which would make sense because
Yep, 100%. We had Matt. I don't never know how to say your guys' last name. I'm sorry, but Amabili, and then Peterson for Troy or for Paul. Sorry. So we had Matt for Troy, and other Matt for Paul. So
Squared.
yeah. Wow. All right. I did not remember that. Sorry, Peterson.
Well, you'll have Paul this game, and I think that helps you guys a little bit more.
So it's basically Paul for Troy?
No, it's Troy for Matt, and then Paul's just going to
It's
be
just there.
playing as well.
Yeah, but Troy's done, so Peterson takes the Troy role, and Paul comes back.
Correct.
So
Yes.
the difference in this game.
It's going to be different matchups, so I don't think they have that. And especially if Wojo doesn't play, they don't have that big of a height advantage compared to TJ's team. So I'm going to say you win 14-10.
I absolutely will love that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell my team that everybody's against them and that I don't have a lot of faith, and then I'm going to say prove me wrong. So
I'm really interested to see how Matt works with your dynamic because he is a huge step up from Troy, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and what I think is really, really going to help with him, and it's if we can actually capitalize on it or not, is that our biggest problem in my mind is that we just never have open cuts. They're either open or they're like, or when they're open, they're tough to get to. They're tough like throws to throw. And then most of the time they're just not there, or there's just like no cut happening. So I think that that's something that if he can be more active, more, open downfield, making stuff open, then it will be a massive night and day difference, and we're going to go undefeated for the rest of the
I
season.
definitely think it's definitely going to be a toss-up to see how he affects the team, but
Yeah.
from watching, I watched a little bit of your last game, and from watching, Dan kind of abused whoever Troy was on just a bit, to the point where Troy just got beat all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, that has been the story for a lot of ours. There's a lot of jet skiing going on in all of our games, which has been tough, and it's been making me poach and stuff like that, so it's pretty easy to abuse just, mismatches.
I'm definitely curious to see how this game's going to go.
Same. But that's kind of why I was saying I don't have a ton of confidence, is we're back to square one, we've got a new player, we don't...
The chemistry's not going to all be there yet.
Exactly, so I just honestly have no idea how it's going to go. But it'll be fun, no matter what.
Yep. All right.
Cool. That's the fun part.
Now down to after hours.
Yeah, now everybody who hates us can leave.
Now we can start talking about Dan's, is it dick or... We can circle back around to that one.
Dick or cucumber.
So, how did you get down this rabbit hole?
I don't know. You're ever just laying in bed, just going through the recommendeds, and then you just end up in...
I've never
Okay,
been in
okay, hold
dick
on.
and butt.
I
Never
gotta
been.
know, what are you looking up that comes in your recommended?
Listen.
You have to be searching something for that to come up in your recommended.
Wait,
Honeycrisp?
what happened?
Gala? I don't know. Fuji?
What was it? What
Fuji.
was the video?
Or it is Fuji. Yeah.
Was it dick or not?
I don't know. I don't search that shit.
You were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, but that's just through recommended videos.
Yeah.
But no, the weird side of YouTube can get real weird.
It's
Like,
just
you go
hours
on-
and hours upon clicking shit through the recommended links. Eventually, you're nowhere near where you started.
What's it called? Penis or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you searching this right now, Michael?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had one recently where I was watching tarantulas feed. That was pretty cool. Was not looking up how to feed tarantulas or what they eat before.
I don't think I've ever had that issue of getting that far off topic on
Sometimes you
YouTube.
just
Yes!
zone out.
Yes. Okay. So it's real dick versus dildo challenge.
Nice.
It's a year old with 5.2 million views.
Interesting.
I like how the thumbnail has someone going in my butt.
Yeah. How do you not know it's not a real dick? That's what I want to know.
Have you ever tested it?
Well, no, but you have the warmth of a human being.
All right, Michael. I
Indeed.
think you need to help Dan see it.
I've
Proof
felt
is weird.
dildos, man. All right.
Well, I'm going down
I've
my
held
own
multiple dildos in my hands.
Yeah, but you haven't had them in your butt yet.
You're right. You're right.
Time out. Okay, so I
We could ask
YouTube
Gabe.
searched penis or not,
Yeah.
In some of the videos that are popping up, that's some pretty killer titles. Your penis does not matter. Why your penis is shrinking.
Oh no.
Shortland Street, please tell me that is not your penis. Remix.
Remix.
Got it.
Saved.
Saving for later.
6 reasons your penis can't get hard.
Are you saying this is a banger title? That's just a Viagra ad, man.
The thumbnail got me
It's the
with it.
cucumber
Yeah.
just folded in half.
I love it.
All right, so I got a question.
Alright.
While we're on the topic of penises, I guess.
Love
Alright.
it. Best topic.
How does everybody
Let me
feel
see
about
what
sitting down to pee?
At night, it's the absolute best thing if you're not trying to be
Morning.
loud.
Day or night.
If
I don't
I'm
give a shit.
if I'm not wearing jeans or zipper, like anything like with the button, if it's sweatpants or shorts, sitting down every
Oh,
time.
dude, it's so great.
Isn't it?
I hate the stigma that like guys like
Oh, you
Just
can
don't.
stand,
Yeah.
so why don't you stand
dude
in?
sitting down to pee
It's
is like
comfortable.
it's blissful. It is literally blissful.
I did it 3 minutes ago.
Dan's mic stemmed from a different thing because when he was younger, he thought if
Yeah. So I'll give a little backstory.
What?
here. Yeah. So growing up, I thought how loud you could pee, like your stream hitting the water, determined how much of a man you were. Right? So like I was terrified to pee in public places because like I'd go and I'd pee, and I'm like a 6-year-old boy, and so it's like little tinkle, and then a grown ass man's next to me like, and I'm just like, oh jeez, this guy's way much more of a man than me.
Yeah, there's
Granted, he is. Dude's 30 and I'm 6. But, and so I would sit down to pee so I could guarantee I'm hitting the bowl and being silent.
See, yeah, I was always a silent peer because my mom has this she's like bad hearing, like kind of like I am, but she gets like super annoyed when it's like an outrageously loud pee.
Yeah.
So just like since like age 6, I was always just like, all right, I'm going at the side of the bowl. So same thing with like at night, I would never want to wake anyone up, so I'd just sit.
Now, do you play games with the bowl and try to make it go in a circle?
Yeah, oh yeah, all the time. You like a little
Yes.
whirlpool,
Oh,
yeah.
so great.
You ever
Or-
played
or
fire
you get-
truck?
Yeah, you gotta wash off or power washer.
No.
Oh well.
No.
That
So
was power washer.
If there's ever any like stains or anything on there, you gotta wash them off. with your
that's
feet.
how you know it's a good shit when you stand the bowl.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's not what fire.
Yeah, no, fire truck, you play in a urinal.
Oh, okay.
You played in middle school, Mike. You, at lunchtime. Me, you, Brandon Semino.
Is it just sword fight?
No. Jesus.
All right.
Yeah, we're clanking dicks in middle school.
Oh, streams.
No, that's not sword fighting.
You're right.
But no, fire truck is you start at a urinal and you see how far back you can get from.
I have never played that.
I swear to God you were there. It was me, you, and Brandon Semino during lunch.
That's fun.
I would have remembered that.
Now I know why I went in the bathroom. There was piss all over the floor.
Have you ever played on?
Not even near the urinal.
Stream dies, man. It's like, ugh.
You ever played fire truck on expert, where it's a toilet bowl instead of a urinal?
I've always
I
had
don't
an
think
available
Yeah, I
urinal.
don't think I have.
All right. So since we're on this topic, what do you guys think of urinal versus those old troughs?
Oh, the troughs.
I love the troughs.
I have a story about
The
this.
troughs are the fucking worst. I hate it so much.
Old school, man.
The worst.
Talk about manhood when you just
I guess that, yeah.
stand there with the guy.
You're touching shoulders.
You're
Yeah.
touching shoulders.
Have you guys seen the video where someone's doing it's this news broadcaster or whatever, and this dude goes over to the trough and just grabs the puck and is like washing his hands in it, and then goes up to the newscaster afterwards and just like, that wasn't what it was. And then just walks off. Fantastic.
Dude,
All right.
it's so shitty that you say that because I did that exact thing. Back when the old stadium,
Yeah.
they had troughs.
Yeah.
I washed my hands in that.
What?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Oh, I had to be like 12,
That's too old.
11.
That's way too old to know that.
You should have known that was not.
Hey, no one was standing there pissing in the shit, so I just walked up, I got some soap, and I'm like,
Did you realize afterwards?
no, it was a couple years later. I figured it out.
Yikes.
So, Michael, why do you think the trough's the best?
I mean, you just get closer with the homies, man.
Can't argue that.
Amen.
Everybody peeing in the same bowl? What's more manly than that?
I have so many bathroom stories, man.
I mean, yeah. They happen
Like,
like daily. So.
You guys remember Mr. Edgar?
I'll take your points.
I'm gonna take your points. Yeah. No, he fucking in middle school. I was in the bathroom one day between classes peeing, and he comes in,
Nice cock.
almost walks up to the urinal right next to me. Dude's fucking like 6'5", right?
Yeah.
So like he's just like looks over. He's like, "Hey, Double." I'm like losing it.
Man's peeing way louder than you.
Oh, for sure. He's destroying the urinal cake. Absolutely blasting it.
That class was so good. The balsa wood and everything.
It was living hell for me. Absolutely. So DJ took his class, and DJ's way smarter than me, right? And so like in any form of schooling, DJ just performed better than me. And so like DJ got like the weight record for his class on their balsa wood bridge. I go in, and I'm like, I got my bridge already. Mr. Edgar's like, "Your brother did really good at this." And I'm like, cool. I put my thing on. He doesn't even put any weight on it. He puts the thing to hold the weight on it. My bridge snaps in half. And I lose my shit, man. He absolutely digs me for it. He's like, "Your brother was better." Like, straight up. Just like, that was word for word. Like, DJ did better. I'm like,
you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Better.
I feel that though. My brother's like way smarter. So every time that I would go to like a person that he had, they're like, "Oh, another Calvis!" Like super excited, and I'm like, "Get ready."
I can't wait for you to enhance my class experience. It's
right.
like, I'm an asshole, man. I don't know what you want from me.
Usually they ended up liking me better as a person though, so I'll take that as a win. My brother's just way smarter. But before we get way too late, we got to interview Gabe. Because he is a guest at this point.
I got one more dick story if we're going to that.
I feel like that's a good end though.
All right, the one time I ever went to the Macedonia Rec Center, I got like cock slapped by an old man.
Dude, that jogged my memory.
Like cock slapped where?
Oh, so probably like my chest.
Like actually? Like,
Yeah.
he literally like.
Well,
how?
no, he wasn't like, you know, but like
it literally hit you.
Yeah, no, we're in the locker room. And he came out and he took his towel off, and then like I'm walking by, and he turns and just goes.
We literally like I was in more so a summer camp, but we like were up at like the pavilions up at the Longwood Park.
Yeah,
and we would go every Thursday into the rec center and go swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And like seeing the old people in there as a kid scarred me for life.
For
Like
sure.
I know for a fact, like when guys get old, dude, the balls are just like below the towel, man. Like I'm gonna be so self-conscious when I get to that age, just like literally like towel around like both, just walking around.
I can't imagine the stories you have, Michael, the rec center. You've probably been there the most out of all of us.
Yeah, no, I've had many conversations with many naked old men back in like middle school.
Yeah. Because they love to talk.
Yeah.
I had a dude, literally, I felt like really bad, and it's kind of like almost a sad story almost in a way, but he came up, and he was like frail, like he needed like a walker, and he was like, "Can you help me change?" And I'm like, "Oh God, like why do I have to like," I was the only one in the locker room, so I get it, but I literally had to like help this like frail old man
like,
change,
yeah,
and I'm just like,
really make sure you tuck in my nutsack.
no,
Keep it tight.
He was good, but it was just like, it sucked.
I'll do the motions like.
Tie it around there.
Loopy loop and pull.
All right. I guess now we can go into our interview.
Who is this guy? We don't know.
Gabe, classic thing. I know these answers already, but whatever. Did you go to school? If you did, what'd you major in? And where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Did not go to school. Right out of high school, I became an electrician.
That's a mogul move.
I'm in a 5-year apprenticeship course, and I'm 3.5 years through that. So in 5 years, I see myself being like a foreman, running work,
Sick.
and in 10 years, I see myself owning my own company. So yeah.
From all the way over here, are you gonna own your dad's or are you gonna have your own?
I will probably own my dad's company if all goes well.
Okay.
That's been like what I've been working towards my entire life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where along this path do we finally go to your property and make a disc golf course?
This spring.
This
spring.
Let's draw it out this spring.
I'm gonna hold your word.
Well, it's literally on the podcast now.
I was there yesterday and today.
Yeah, because I got a basket. He's got a basket. You said you
got two.
You got 2 baskets.
I'll buy 2 more.
Easy.
I think Pat has a basket.
Jojo has a basket.
Kevin has a basket.
But I mean, we could set up like multiple tee pads to each individual basket too. Like we can have a couple holes.
And I have like a bobcat and some old like asphalt grindings. We could like tamp down some pads and make it legit and everything.
Yeah. And this ain't gonna be no putter course.
No, bombers.
We're making
Bomber Woods line.
We're making Paul Macbeth's course look like pussy shit.
I want to have like a par 6 on that course.
It's like Northwood Black.
Yeah, that would be. Oh my god!
I can't believe that's a par 5, dude.
Right.
Nice. What else? Give me an interview question for Gabe.
What kind of products do you use in your hair?
It's true. You got a luscious mane going on.
I don't use anything in my hair.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Wonderful.
Do you do anything? Like, do you just wake up, shower, and that's it?
Yeah. So I had church today. So instead of going with like for Ultimate Frisbee days, get out of the shower, hit it with a towel like this, and then it kind of just like poofs up on its own. Throw a headband on, you're good.
So much volume.
But side church today, couldn't poof up like 4 inches. So I just got out of the shower, combed it back, and
I've got a hair question for you.
yeah.
How do you take care of blonde hair? Need help?
Do I have blonde hair?
Kind of, not really.
No,
It's
like a light brown.
dirty. It's dirty blonde.
Yeah, Paul something makes shampoo.
Perfect.
So
Call something.
I was gonna ask if you used a hair dryer. To be honest,
No,
no
It
hair
just- it
dryer.
just-
It'd be too frizzy, yeah.
I don't do anything with my hair.
That's insane how much volume he's got with that.
Truly. Cool.
He's too straightforward of a person.
Yeah. Ain't got no dirty secrets.
Yeah.
How much can you bench?
245.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
big guy.
Damn, Josh, you're looking small compared to Gabe.
Well, wait.
Well, I am small compared to. What do you mean?
Now here's the question: how much do you weigh?
175 at the moment.
Josh.
150.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's more
So,
impressive.
yeah, much more impressive.
Try to shit on me, Kevin.
Kevin, how much you bench?
Yeah.
175.
No, you can't. We'll go to the gym tomorrow.
I want to see a video of this.
Throw it in, Josh.
Kevin's PR.
That was my last PR.
Oh, yeah. When
But
was
it's been
that?
a while.
That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So, more than 4 years ago. Senior year of high school.
Love that. How often do you bench?
Not very.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was your project. You're failing him.
I am failing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
are a failure.
Damn. We gotta get you on some supplements.
Well, when I was 115, I was
Get some
benching
shots in it.
175.
That's pretty good.
It's like I'm
I
way
haven't
back
weighed
in middle
115 since, maybe freshman year of high school.
This is my senior year of high
Fat
school.
bitch.
I don't think I've been 115 since like 6th grade. I was 6'3" at that point.
My freshman year of high school, I was like 70 pounds.
70. Goodness gracious. I was like, but 70s.
Yeah, I know. Kev was a wet towel.
That's wow.
I don't know. I'll make Kevin my project officially when we're moved into the house.
Okay, come on.
And I have all my
Josh,
gym
Jim.
equipment in the garage.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you could drag him down a couple streets.
Yeah.
Literally. Josh can just come over and
I'll be
grab
there.
it.
I'm like 4 minutes away.
Yeah,
What was I talking about earlier that I said would be a good thing to talk about? The thing that you were like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That sounds perfect.
It's great. You've only had an hour and 51 minutes
Yeah.
to think about
I've
it.
been thinking about it since I said it.
Was that in the car on the way here?
That was when we were playing cards.
we were playing cards. What were we?
Do you have any of your ridiculous?
No, because
thoughts?
I haven't thought about it today up until like earlier. Like I got some stupid shit. Like you ever think about the first person to ever throw a tomato?
Oh, I think about like the first person to do just like X
Right,
all the
First
time. Like
person to drink milk?
milk a cow. Yeah,
Yeah.
like are you kidding me? Like,
Or
what?
yeah,
you're
no,
sucking
yeah.
cow titties.
Right.
Absolute freak.
Truly wild.
Yo, this tastes delicious.
And then you gotta convince someone else.
No,
When
you
did
just do it for them and then
Yeah.
just hand it.
Yeah, try this. and then,
try
yeah. It does make a little bit of sense though, because you see like the calf like being nurtured, so you're probably like, all right, this is at least like something that
Well,
makes
the same
sense.
same
Right.
reasoning for like breast milk and everything.
Right.
Like,
You know,
Not that I-
it might have been more commonplace than we're thinking because people fuck goats all the time,
That's a good point.
and they
yeah.
still do.
well, a lot less, hopefully.
I cannot remember. What you said?
I can't either.
Was Higgy there?
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think he actually said it. He was just curious as to like remembering what he said. He's like, I thought of something before. I'm like, because I asked him about if he had topics for anything. He's like, no, I've been thrown off since today's Sunday, not Monday. And he's just like, I had this, but I can't remember what it is. And that was like at 3:00.
Yeah, I swore I said something.
I don't think so.
I don't recall anything.
Well, we're talking about the fact that you don't have anything to talk about, and that is definitely something.
True. Good point.
Yeah. So you ended up telling Mike. You ended up the last question on the 2 podcasts ago. You ended up telling Mike Long at the end of the fields.
About creating a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your response to that, Mike?
Like you're the one that you.
Yeah,
That
the
we
one that
cut?
Scott cut out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, if it was cut out, then I think it's probably going to be cut out again.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we talk about
Too
it.
deep for after hours.
Apparently.
That's bullshit.
Well, I don't know. I got nothing.
Gabe, got any topic? Got anything you want?
Yeah, this is your one and probably only because you're gonna
Volleyball.
pick volleyball over us every day. So
What's your guys' record right now?
in volleyball,
Is it just pick up?
Let's pick up.
it's just
Oh, well, you're
But-
choosing pickup volleyball
I-
for our
I'm saying.
podcast?
I'm like 32, and I've only lost 2 games since I started going to that.
Is it beach or are you just
It's
regular?
6 is indoor.
Okay.
Are you still talking to that girl?
Not really.
Oh my gosh. So you weren't going because you were trying to talk to that girl, and now you're not even talking to that girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
So okay,
worst.
so I got this girl's number
All right.
on a Monday. Asked her to hang out on a Friday. She got COVID on a Thursday. So she missed like that next Friday and Monday. As soon as she got healthy with COVID, I got COVID. So I was out for a week. And then she went to like Missouri for a week. And then she went back to school.
So you just never
It
talked
just
to her.
it just yeah worked out perfectly where it didn't work out at all.
So you don't still talk to her at all.
Ooh, what car does she drive and what's her name?
That's a good
That's a
question.
good one.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm
I know
great
why.
at
I know why.
I'm great at making assumptions about people based off their names and or cars they drive.
Just give a first name.
I don't know what car she drives.
What's her first name?
Her name's I think Catherine, but
You
she looks like
think?
Kat. I know she looks like Kat. I don't know. She's like, hey, my name's Kat, but I don't know what her full name is.
And he's picking her over us week after week. Barely knows her first name.
Doesn't even know the car she drives.
Here's what I'm getting. Gabe said, meat purse.
Yikes.
That's it.
That's the tweet.
You don't even. Don't even know her name.
All right, Gabe.
Wild.
Since you probably will never be back, give us a mic drop to end it. What do you want to say? Something outrageous. Doesn't even have to be frisbee.
Let's hear some hot takes.
Just give me something
Wild,
wild.
awesome hot takes.
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, or do you like eat a king size Kit Kat bar just straight without breaking them off, like stuff like that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah, go ahead.
What you got?
How do you wipe your ass? Let's hear it.
What do you mean? Oh, like
Like stand.
squat, stand, and all that. Yeah, yeah.
Well, no. sitting or standing.
Front to back or back to
So
front?
I have always had a question about that. What about like squat?
That's standing. You are standing.
Yeah, squatting.
I don't
Standing.
stand up. Like
You're still standing. Or not sitting down.
the butt no longer is touching the seat. If that's
Yeah, so
you're
okay,
standing.
that's not standing. I imagine
What
when
am I
people say-
doing?
No, I
What
wouldn't
do
call
you
that
what
standing.
do you
I'd
call like
that
the
squatting.
You're
lift
not
the one
sitting.
leg
Like, there's
Is
sitting
that like
or
a
standing, I don't
hybrid?
think there's anything.
Are you still on the seat?
with one leg?
Yeah, you're sitting.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
it's,
it.
Oh, like you turn up.
Yeah.
Over. Yeah.
all right.
It's good.
That's not a your mic drop. I won't let that.
That was just a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope the Bengals win the Super Bowl. I've become a Bengals fan since the beginning of this year.
Boo. You suck.
Go Joe Burrow.
All right, I'm glad.
I mean,
you're not
I'm
on the
Browns
podcast anymore.
Browns till the day I die, but I'm gonna root for Ohio and
Oh.
Joe
Ohio,
Burrow went to Ohio
Cincinnati's in
State.
Kentucky. What are you talking about? Part of it is.
We kicked him out.
if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, I will hate myself.
That's true. That would suck.
D-bomb, fuck you.
Sean, I love you.
Oh yeah, support your
Oh, yeah,
Bengals.
shout out to the troops.
Shout out to the troops.
I don't know. We'll probably cut it right there anyway. So, Mike Dog and all that.
Like the dog.
Why isn't this stopping?